Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 review discussion breakdown, whatever you want to call it. I fucking love this part to bits and beyond. It solves a lot of the issues I've had with JoJo's in the sense of like certain characters getting nerfed or buffed, certain characters seeming under or overpowered, a lot of this. Now, this is heavily contradicted by the fact that Giorno does become one of the strongest stand users in history, at least from what I've been told, by the end of the series. But it does solve one of my biggest, not gripes, but one of my biggest difficulties with overcoming the previous two parts, which is the villain. The villain in this is a lot like Dio in the sense he's not in there for the first portion of the story. However, the aura this man radiates off of his voice alone is fucking menacing. I think the entire main cast is very likable in how they're portrayed. I feel like the split personality between Diavolo and Doppio was a really cool sort of take on how the stand worked. Giorno is just a badass without being edgy, and I love that. He's very upbeat, but also quite smart in how he's portrayed. Polnareff coming back was such a huge twist that I honestly didn't see until I got it spoiled for me early on, but like I completely forgot about it up until he came back. I feel like I only have one minor gripe with this part, and it's so minor that I wouldn't even call it a gripe. It's that a lot of these side antagonists are quite forgettable in the sense of none of them really stood out to me. This is not to say they were necessarily bad, it's just Diavolo was so compelling with his like villainhood that I don't think any other of the side villains could even hold a candle to him, and I don't think any of them really deserve to hold a candle to him. He is on par with Dio for me now. Just off of his voice in the dub specifically, legendary. I feel like the entirety of the dub cast killed it in the roles, but Kellen Goff, I think that's how I pronounce his name, I'm looking at it here, absolutely murdered this role, and I love it. I love it to bits. So far, Part 5 is easily my favourite, not even a competition.